You know what? All the time we talk about how deadbeat some of these baby daddies are, but we never really like shed a candle or a light on some of these deadbeat moms, because they are out here too. There are believe it or not, there are single fathers out here taking care of their kids, but they have deadbeat moms. I know a couple of them who probably not bold enough to come on the channel and admit to it, but they're out here. One of them was going to be a guest on my show, but he reneged at the last minute. So I said, fuck it, I'll just come on here and do it myself. I'm not finna beg nobody to be on my channel. If either you want to be on here or you don't, it is what it is. There are also grandmoms out here who takes the place of the mom because the mom is so unfit and deadbeat that she's unfit to raise the child. So the courts give the child to the grandma because the grandma is more fit to raise the child than the actual mom is. That goes on too in the black community, but that's not talked about either. Well, you know what? I take that back, because that don't only go on in the black community. Because I had a white friend who was kind of like a deadbeat mom at one time, and the court gave the child to the grandma to raise, because she was out here, doing wild stuff and everything, and ended up being at the wrong place and wrong time and got messed up with the law. And so the courts gave the child to the mom. So I take that back. It's not only in the black community, it's in other communities too, but it don't get talked about. Well, it's gonna get talked about today on my channel. I'm gonna talk about it, and unfortunately, I'm gonna talk about it by myself because I knew one single dad who was out here raising his kids by himself, but just like I said, he reneged at the last minute. Me and him was cool, but it's others out there that I know but don't personally know and not cool with, but they're out here. I have a relative, I'm not, we don't like talk every day, but I know through another relative that he's on child support, and even when he brought his son up there, because he lived in another state, he brought his son up there to that state to to raise him, because he was gonna raise him. How about that baby mama still was receiving child support payments? How about that? And she wasn't even keeping him at that time. The dad was keeping him. He stepped up and he was gonna take custody and take care of him. But she was still receiving child support, even though he was taking care of the child up there. That right there is not right. I feel like the money's supposed to go where the child is at. That's where the money's supposed to go. Whoever the one's taking care of the child, which if at that time it was the man, he should have been putting her on child support. That's what he should have done. Or at least went to the court system and say, hey, I have my child now. Can you take the child support off of me? Because hell, the child wasn't no longer with her, and she had 2 other kids that she probably was getting child support for too. And rumor has it, I don't know whether or not it's true, but rumor has it that she left them 2 kids with her husband and moved in with another dude. So she abandoned her 2 other kids, was still receiving child support off of the kid that was with her other baby daddy. Now that's some foul ass shit. If that happened, I'm not gonna say it happened or not. I don't know if it happened or not, but that's the rumor that was going around in the family. Now how about this? The same man, okay, another woman that he was going with, before he got married, came forward. She had no choice but to come forward because the dude that she was with, she had him fooled like the baby, the son that she had was his. Then he went and took a DNA test and found out it wasn't his. And she went to, the man I'm talking about, and told him that, her 14-year-old son really belonged to him. And if you look at the picture, he looked exactly like him. But the point is, she waited too long to do that. She had this other man fooled like he was the son, and she probably would still have him fooled like he was the dad until he got a DNA test. Now she come running back to him, calling him, telling him he had a 14-year-old son, asking for child support and suing for child support, back time child support. Now that's some bullshit right there. That's some bullshit. But shit like this happens all the time, and it need to get talked about. It needs to get talked about more. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a different video. Because it does need to get talked about. Because women out here are doing this shit. They getting pregnant by they cheating on their boyfriend, their husband, getting pregnant by one man, right? But then they'll have their husband take care of that child, knowing that child belongs to that man that she's creeping with. That shit, and it's not just happening in the black community. Because I seen a story way over there in it's not Iran, I think it's Afghanistan, a story just like that over there. So it's not just black. I'm just pointing out what's going on in the black community, because I'm not from no Iran, no Afghanistan, none of that shit. Shit like this happens all the time in the black community, and it don't get talked about. Well, today it's getting talked about, damn it. Shit, you get pregnant by one man, and it's one thing if you don't know, but you know that there could be a chance that either one of them could be the child. So you playing with your child's life, you playing with both of their lives by not even trying to find out. But then you sit your ass up there and you make the man you with think it's his, even though the possibility is not his. To me, that's a deadbeat mom. That right there is a deadbeat mom. I'm sorry. It is what it is, and I call bullshit. That's a deadbeat mom. Okay, now there are other mothers who have children have a child by a man who already have children by somebody else. I mentioned this in a video before. Y'all go back and look at my video when I said some of you baby mamas ain't shit. Some of you ain't shit. Go and look at what I said, but I'm gonna explain it again. Okay, you have some women in the black community. They'll have a child by a dude who already have children, and because he have a child by her and they together, she try her best to not to come against him and his other kids he have by other women, which is wrong. That's totally deadbeat, because you should want. I mean, if he's a responsible dad, he's gonna take care of all of his kids. You shouldn't try to put limits on how well he can take care of his other kids just because he had one by you. But you have men who will do that. You have men who will have children by other women, right? But then he move on. He gets married, and he don't even tell his wife about the child. But then when the truth comes out, just like this Jay-Z shit, right? It be just like that. Okay, he may move on. They get married, and they have other kids, and then that baby mama. And once that wife, once she find out about them other kids, she will force him to have nothing to do with those other kids or not do for those other kids. To me, that's a deadbeat mom. No, she ain't deadbeat to her kid, but she deadbeat anyway. She deadbeat just by doing that shit. Because hell, you not supposed them children didn't do nothing to you. He have an obligation to them kids to take care of them. Not to stroke your ego. That's some bullshit. So I in my opinion, that would be a deadbeat mom too, because she coming in between a dad and his other children, and that's not right to me. It's not. I know several moms who have done that. They be married, but they treat that outside kid like shit. And y'all ever notice how those outside kids be looking exactly like the dad? They be looking more like the dad than the kids inside of the marriage. Mistreating those outside kids after you find out about them, I would say you would be considered a deadbeat mom, because even though you're not the mom of that child, you the stepmom. Now I know you didn't ask to be in that position, but the child didn't ask to be in that position either. So you shouldn't mistreat that child for something that your husband did, or your boyfriend, or your fiance, or any of that. So I think they fall up under deadbeat moms too. I'm sorry, it is what it is. They might not be deadbeat to their kids, but they deadbeat to their step kids. So hell, they fall up under the same category to me. And for the baby mamas who do get child support, right? Okay, if your whole child support payments is going on your hair, your weave, and everything about you, and nothing about that child, you not buying nothing for that child, you a deadbeat mom. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You are a deadbeat mom, because the kid's supposed to come first. Not saying that you can't get what's left. I'm saying that the child support payments are meant to take care of the kids. And then you get what I'm saying? But I see a lot of moms do that. They be walking around looking ghetto fabulous. But then when you see them their kids with them, their kids be looking tore up from the floor up. Like their hair don't be done. They don't be having no new clothes on or anything. I've seen this shit. I know some of y'all have seen this shit. I know some of y'all have testified to this shit if y'all was about the real truth. Now, if you about a bunch of lies, you probably gonna cuss me out in the comment section or whatever. But it is what it is. If most of that child support money going on you a deadbeat mom. And you just using that child to get what you want. Point blank. Deadbeat. Then you have moms out there who, just because they have vendettas against their baby daddy, they'll use their personal feelings to affect, to come in between him spending time with his kids, because she feeling some type of way. Because he moved on, right? And she feeling some type of way. So she gonna use the kids against him as a way, for him not to see the kids. That's a deadbeat mom, in my opinion, too. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, even though you may feel a certain way about your ex, if you have a child by your ex, that shouldn't affect the relationship that he's supposed to have with his child. I mean, my mom have told me a lot of times, that's your dad. Love your dad. Even when she was mad at him. Even when she could be mad at him now, she was like, love your dad. That's your dad. He ain't my daddy. He's your daddy. Love your dad. And she encourages me to come see him, come spend some time with him. She never talk against him when it comes towards, me and his relationship. And that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be exactly like that, regardless of what the mom and the dad have going on. The child has nothing to do with it. So mom should never try to, use the child as a weapon against the father. That's straight bullshit. In my opinion, she a deadbeat for doing that. The dude who I was gonna interview told me that he had to buy his baby mama a phone just so she could want to keep in touch with him, because she kept using the fact that she didn't have a phone, because he's a single father and he take care of all his kids. And his mom was using the fact that she didn't have a phone as an excuse of a way not to talk to the child. So he bought her a cell phone just so she can talk to their son. Now that is very dirty to me. I mean, it's bad enough that he's raising the child. The least she could do is come see the child, pick up the phone and call the child. But he had to buy a cell phone just so she could talk to him. And that's sad. If I was a mom, I would move heaven and earth for my child. My child would know who I was, and I would talk to my child every day. But then again, I wouldn't, if me and my man didn't make it, we would probably have some like joint custody, or we probably would just share custody. But even then, I'm gonna keep in touch with my child. But see, it's people like those deadbeat moms, they be like they be the ones who get the kids first. Then the ones who want kids and will do the right thing by the kids, they don't always have them first, or most likely wind up with none at all. Those deadbeat moms be spitting out kids per year. Be walking around here with 5 or 6 kids, and go take them all to her mama's house or somebody in the family, just so she can go clubbing on a Friday night or a Saturday night. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes moms do need a peace of mind. I'm not talking about the moms who need a peace of mind, probably every 2 weeks or something like that. I'm talking about the ones that like to go clubbing every weekend. Leave their child on somebody else while they go out and have all their fun. And a lot of them do not like to pay their family members nothing. Like I know this woman right now. Her kids stay over her mama's house. Not one time did she ever think to buy her mama some food for them kids or any little thing. She won't buy her mama nothing. The kids she just dropped the kids off there. The kids basically live there, and the mom have to take care of them all by herself with no help from the actual mom. That's some bullshit. And I heard a rumor that she won some money back here. I think she won a little piece of lottery, and according to her mom, she didn't spend a dime to help her mom with shit. And her mom is the one who are keeping her kids. The kids want to stay and live on the grandma and don't want to stay with the mom. That's some bullshit, man. We got to do better in our community. We got to do better, man. Now, this is no shot at the good mamas who actually take care of their kids. I'm talking about the deadbeat moms who are just like the women I spoke of. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. And I do mean get it together. For those of you who are listening, if you know some deadbeat mamas, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Put this video on your Facebook. Put the video on Instagram. All of that. They need to hear this. They need to hear this. This is sick. This is crazy, man. Some of these deadbeat mamas have good baby daddies and don't appreciate them and don't do right by them. Meanwhile, it's a baby mama out there who wish they had a responsible baby daddy. If you're a responsible baby daddy who are going through some of these problems that I mentioned from these deadbeat baby mamas, give me a holler. Email me. I will tell your story. Or I will interview you if you want to tell your story. Just let me know something. But don't email me with no bullshit acting like you want to do it but then renege at the last minute. I'm gone, y'all. Peace. Holla.